Well, good morning, YouTube. How you doing? It is Wednesday, March 27th, the best day of the week, New Comic Book Day. I'm JB, and welcome to another edition of What's On Today with Discovery Bay, home of the YouTube Comic Community Channel Guide. All right, first up on the, we're going to do a quick recap of some of yesterday's highlights. There are links to these channels in the description below. First up on the recap, back over to Chuckload of Comics channel. Remember, Chuck started releasing some of that absolutely amazing footage from all of the interviews that he conducted during the C2E2 this past weekend. So Chuck and his team had an awesome setup, and one of the videos he released yesterday was titled Bilyeu Talks Neon Future from Impact Theory, Steve Aoki. So Bilyeu talks about the new comic book Neon Future from Impact Theory starring Steve Aoki. Next up, we get a video titled Win a Free Comic Book Shop with Carmelo Chimera, the inspiring story of a man giving away his comic book store free in a national contest. What? Wait? I didn't even know about this until I saw this story on Chuckload of Comics, man. If you haven't heard about it, you need to go check this video out. And if you're not subscribed to Chuck, go check him out at I have a link in the description below. Alright, next up, over at I Got Issues 2319 channel, we have a super cool 3-minute 38-second video titled Bosom Buddies Episode 1 Savage Dragon. We get to see all the covers for the Savage Dragon run set to some cool editing and really cool music. Well done, sir. Alright, next up over at Metarog's channel, we get a video titled Marvel Value Stamp Madness Part 2. Series A stamps 21 through 40. More variants, history, and shame. This is going to be a 6-part series exploring the Marvel value stamps from 1974 through 1975. This has been really fun, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Alright, the last item on the recap comes from Area 51 channel. He released a video titled Red Sonja Premium Format Figure by Sideshow Collectibles Unboxing and Review. Whew. We get a sneak peek at his newest addition to this amazing collection that he has. This is the exclusive 1/4-inch scale Red Sonja from Sideshow Dynamite, which has come to Area 51. She's the devil with a sword. Alright, let's get to the lineup. Now, all these times will be listed in both Pacific Standard Time and Eastern Standard Time, and there are links and timestamps in the description below. First up, at 2 a.m. Pacific, 5 a.m. Eastern, head over to the TheGO2 Geeks channel for a video titled All Kinds of Comics G2G Episode 116. Chuck and Lawrence bring us that semi-old comic book haul, and these guys are great, man. If you like a good old-fashioned banter between two guys who are showing off books, this is the video for you. Alright, at 3:30 a.m. Pacific, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, we should be getting a video from Perry Comics titled June 2019 Comic Book Top Pre-Orders. Now, Perry goes over what pre-orders he's just purchased. Check it out, man. You might find something cool. Alright, at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, Go Joe's son, everyone. So, it's Wednesday, so head over to Jeff Comic 813 and learn some Cantonese while watching the next episode of Cantonese Comic Wednesday, aka CCW. This is the series where Jeff shares his comic haul and teaches us some Cantonese. You don't want to miss it. Okay, you ready? Here we go from last week's lesson. The word for episode 6 was lo fu, and the sentence was no jang yi de lo fu. If you want to know what I said, go check out Jeff's last video. Alright, next up at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern.
Whosoever watches this channel, if he or she be worthy, shall acquire the knowledge from the Comic Chief.
The Comic Chief will be giving us something. I've got it titled New Comic Book Day Pickups for 3/27, but you never know. Alright. At 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, head over to I Love Signed Comics channel. We should be getting the next installment in his series titled My Top 5, or My Wednesday 5, or something to that effect. This is a really quick, easy video where he's going to show us his top 5 picks for April 3rd. Alright, at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, over at the Luther Manning channel, we get a live stream titled Luther and Reaper Live, 3/27/2019, next phase of the MCU and more. Now they're going to discuss the best want list buys. Have you read some of the favorites lately? Whew. What's the next phase of the MCU and what effect that has on comics? Oh, and of course, they're going to talk about some beer. That's what it says in the description. Alright, at 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, head over to Mr. Miracle Comics for the next installment in his terrific series titled 5 Undervalued Comics. Today's video is titled 5 Undervalued, and I don't know if it's copper or silver, so you can just, I'm going to put a blank there, but it's 5 undervalued copper or silver age comic books for March 27th, 2019. Now, if you haven't seen any of these episodes of these series, then you're definitely missing out. Don't miss this one. Alright, at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, over at 90MF Comics. And no, the MF does not stand for that. It stands for 90 Miles From Comics. We get a live stream titled 90 Miles From Comics Live. 3/27/19. Chad and the boys sit around, share their new comic book day hauls, and talk comic shop. Alright, also at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, head over to the Comic Spectre channel. We should be getting a video titled C2E2 Haul Video. And yes, he's going to show off that awesome piece of art that he scored at the Spider-Man Booth V3 exclusive box. Right here. Awesome. Good job, Spectre. Alright. Next up, at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, or maybe earlier, you never know, you better have your notification bell on for this guy. Head over to Comic Tom 101 for another live edition of Bags and Boards. Tom and Fire Guy Ryan do their thing. They're talking comic books, pop culture news. Stop in the chat, hit the like button, and say hello. Alright, at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, over at the Batman Statue Collector channel, we have another live stream titled Rogue Gallery Live Podcast, Episode 11, Insane Shipping and Price Increases. We're going to want to watch this one. This week on Rogues Gallery Live, they discuss the recent shipping inconsistencies and also the recent price increase for the quarter scale. Is collecting as we know it about to run its course? And if you're a Batman fan and if you've never seen this channel, go over and check it out. The peeps in the chat are awesome. What's the worst that can happen? You can make a few new friends? Alright, at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, we get another live show. This one is from Comic Core Unlimited, over on the Comic Core YouTube channel. Links are in the description below. So join JD, Israel of Comic Spectre, Jason of Comics Misexplained, and John of John's Comics with Kids for the next edition in this live show. Tonight they chat about what we should be reading, what's happening at upcoming cons, and what books are getting hot, what channels you should be watching. This is a great show, and if you haven't checked it out, it's definitely worth a watch. Alright, at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, it's Wednesday, so you know what that means. It's New Comic Book Day. So head over to White Whale Comics channel and join Alec of White Whale, John of John's Comics with Kids, and special guest Matt of Thanatos Comics as they review Sabrina the Teenage Witch. It is always fun in the chat. You never know, we might get an impression or two from Alec. Alright, well that's it for today's show. I really appreciate you taking some time out of your morning or afternoon to watch me. This list will be posted on Instagram in the afternoon with any additional shows that I may have missed or any corrections to this schedule. Give me a like, a comment, maybe share it. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and I'm also on Patreon, and I picked up 2 new Patreon members recently, and they're going to be on my roster when you see the end credits. Well, that's it. Woo! Do not forget, we had a good time.